Hi and welcome to part 11 of how to build the e-commerce website using Django and Vue.js. In this part I'm going to deploy the project to a server. I have a server running Ubuntu 20.04 to the right here, and I have the left here, which is the local server. The first thing I want to do is to go to the server and create a couple of permission things. I want to have a separate user group and separate user for this project. So to create the user group, I say sudo group add -- system, and then I say sol group. And then I create the user by saying sudo user add system gid group ID, which is sol group shell bin bash. Home folder should be sol root. Okay, something wrong. What did I forget? Yes, I forgot the name of the user, which is sol user. Like that. Perfect. So I said that this is running Ubuntu 20.04, which is a server on. You can use this on DigitalOcean, Linode, and many other server providers. Now that I have the user and the group, I want to create the root folder, which is /sol root, mk there, sol root, and I can go into it. And here I want to create a new virtual environment, virtual env, and then the name, which is sol 364, which is the Python version. So then I can go into it and activate it by running bin source bin activate. And to now install the same packages on the server as I have locally, I can go here and say pip freeze. And then I should get a list of all the packages. So I can just copy this, create a new file here called req.txt, vi.req.txt, and just paste it there and save. And then I can install all of them by saying pip install -r requirements.txt. So this will install the same versions as I have locally. Perfect. I also want to install one more package, which is called Gunicorn, which is the server I'm going to use. Pip install Gunicorn, like that. I can also make a logs folder here, which is going to contain the Gunicorn logs and Nginx. I'm going to use Nginx to serve the media files, as well as using it as a proxy to point to the Gunicorn server. So I just want to make sure that all of the files and folders are, if I run ls now, you will see that all of these are owned by root, but I want them to be owned by the sol user I just created. Change ownership -large R -capital R sol user sol group -- and now all of these are owned by sol user, which is in the sol group. So what I can do now is to get all of the code from GitHub. So if I go here, I just copy this, git clone, and now I should have all of the code here. So I can go into this and create, and I can Python manage.py make migrations to initialize the database. Python manage.py migrate. I can also create the super user. Create super user. admin@solgadgets.com. And the password. So now everything should work, and if I try to run this, python manage.py run server, then the IP of the server, which is 192.168.137.150, 8001, which is the port I'm going to use to test this now. Okay, I haven't added this to the allowed host yet. So if I just stop the server, vi sol gadget settings, scroll down into here, paste my IP address, then I can try to run it again. So now I have it running here, but there aren't any products yet. Can log in to the admin interface just to create a category and a product. Sports, and I can also create a product in the sports shower. This is the shower, and it costs $10. I want to feature it on the front page. Then I select the shower JPEG and save. So if I now go back here, just stop the server, I can vi media uploads, and you will see that I have these two images there. So everything should be working now. I can run the server again just to test. Yes, I have the product picture there, which means everything is running. So the next part now will be to make a copy. If I go into Sol gadgets, I just want to copy the settings file, cp settings prod.py, because I want separate settings file for the production environment. I'm going to change this to false in just a while. I just want to add solgadgets.com in the list of allowed hosts and save. So now it's time to start using Gunicorn. Gunicorn is a web server for serving the Django project. So I go out to the root here and say vi bin Gunicorn start. This is a script. Bin sh, name of the project, Sol gadgets, Django dir. Okay, no, like that. And then it says sol root / sol 364 sol gadgets, and the socket file should be located. You can just copy this, run gunicorn.soc. User is sol user, and then the group is sol group. Num workers is 3. This, you just multiply the number of CPUs you have and add 1 after that. I have 1 CPU, which is 2, and then add 1 more after that. Then I want to create one more variable for the settings module. Django settings module equals sol gadgets dot settings prod, which is the settings file we just created. Django WSGI module equals sol gadgets dot WSGI. This file is located in the same folder as this. Timeout equals 120 seconds. So to run this, I make the script go into the Django dir, and then I run the source /bin activate to activate the environment. Then I export some variables. Okay, this will be settings, not just settings, but it will still work here because I have the same here as there. Equals Django settings module. Export, no, I should fix it just in case. Settings, export Python path equals Django there, colon, Python path, like that. Run there equals $, their name, $sock file. If you don't understand everything here and haven't done this before, I guess it can be a little bit overwhelming. But if you want to read more about Gunicorn, you can check out their website. I will add a link in the description below. Test-d, run there, pipe, mk there, p, run there, execute, /bin, Gunicorn, and then paste in the WSGI module, application, name, workers, timeout, user equals user, and the group equals group, bind equals Unix, sock file, log level equals debug, log file equals minus. So now we can save this file and make it executable by saying chmod +x bin gunicorn start. So I'm sorry if I can't explain everything here as well, but I hope you understand a little bit of it. And if you don't, you can just try to do this procedure a couple of times and I guess you will get a hold of it. But before I continue, I want to say thank you to my first Patreon, Frederick Rowland. Thank you so much for the support. If anyone else wants to become a patron for Code with Stein, I will add a link in the description below. So, in order to make sure that this script is running at all time, I want to use something called Supervisor. I install this by saying apt get install Supervisor. I already have this, but you need to run that command. And then I go into the Supervisor folder to create a new config file. I can just copy one of them I have, scnil solgadgets.conf, vi solgadgets.conf. Then I set the program to solgadgets. You can call this whatever you want. And the root should be sol root sol364. The user I want to use is sol user. Sol root sol364. And it should look like this. Then I can save and close it and tell Supervisor to use this file. Supervisor ctl reread, it's available. Then I run Supervisor ctl update. So now it's added to the process group. I can also run Supervisor ctl status to check if it's running. And we can see here that it is. So that's perfect. Then the next step is the Nginx server. You need to install it by running apt in apt-get install Nginx. I already have this installed too, but I can go here, cd etc nginx sites available, create one more vi solgadgets.conf, and the first thing I want to create in here is a app server upstream solgadgets app server Unix sol root sol 364, which is the environment, run Gunicorn sock, which is the socket file we created in the script, fail timeout 0. And then I create an instance of a server by saying server. I want to listen to port 80. The server name is solgadgets.com. Access log sol root sol 364 logs and nginx access.log, and I want the error log as well. Just copy and paste error.log, and I need a location to serve the static files, location/static alias sol root, and then there solgadgets/static location, one for the media files, alias, just copy and paste media, close that, and then I need a location to serve a proxy to redirect the user to the Gunicorn server. Proxy set header x-forwarded 4 proxy add x forwarded 4 proxy set header host http_host proxy redirect off. It took a long while before I understood everything here myself, but I just kept creating more and more pages, and then I learned what all of these meant. So if you don't understand everything right now, just don't give up. If you have any questions, you can leave them in a comment below, and I will try to explain it better there. Request file name proxy pass http, then paste in this, close, close, and close. So then I need to activate this page by going into sites enabled, create a symlink lns./sites available solgadgets.conf. Then I need to restart nginx service nginx restart. Okay, there are no errors, so things might be working. solgadgets.com. Okay, attempt to write to read-only database. It's not good. So etc no sol root sol. Yes, you can see here I forgot to change the ownership of everything here, so I can do that by running the chown dash capital R sol user sol group like that, and then I need to restart the supervisor ctl restart solgadgets started. If I refresh now, I have the store running at solgadgets.com. perfect. So the last thing I need to do now is to change the settings file. Vi sol gadgets settings prod, because this needs to be set to false when you're running in production. Also, if you are going to use these files, you would need to change these to a live keys, and that should be it. When you've done that, the project should be ready to run in public. Just to restart again, since I changed the Python file. Refresh, and everything is working. Product was added to cart. Perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this series. This was the last part of this series, and you should now have a working e-commerce website. I might create another couple of follow-up videos to create new functionality for this, but I do not know when that will come. Right now I'm going to work on the new video called How to Build a Social Network like Twitter using Django and Vue.js. I hope you want to come back to my channel and view that video as well. See you next time.